Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode from the Hermitcraft server. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Things are going very well for me. I got a message from ikezou. He said he left a present for me in a shulker box at the spawn area, so I want to head over there and check that out and see what exactly it is that ikezou left for us. But I'm excited. Presents are always fun. It's like Christmas. Let's see. He said it's in a big... Oh, here we go. He said it was in a big, ugly, purple building that I couldn't possibly miss. So it must be this right here. First come, first serve, 1 per hermit. Shulker boxes, 1 per hermit. So... Okay, so we've got some stuff there that's not really important. And then... Ah, here we go. He gave me a shulker box. Why, thank you. Do I need any of this stuff? I don't think I do. Efficiency 5, Fortune 3. Not really too worried about that. But still, that is awesome. We got ourselves a free shulker box. I want to double check and make sure. I'm pretty sure it's just that one shulker box, right? And all the rest of them are all other hermits' names, right? Yeah, okay, cool. Well, thank you for the shulker box, ikezou. Much appreciated. I'm still elytraless, which is unfortunate, but what can you do? And my horsey, Epona, what are you doing down there, buddy? That's not where you're supposed to be. Anyway, I want to head back to the castle, and I want to take a look around and see kind of... I've been doing a little bit of work, not a whole lot. I've done a little, oh, really, come on, trees. I basically spent some time between episodes doing a bunch of mining down in our beacon mines, gotten ourselves a whole bunch more stone and that kind of stuff. And I think we have the resources to continue our castle project if I can weave my way in and out of these trees. There we go. We are good. So we've been working on the castle project and specifically the keep. I want to clarify because there's been a lot of comments that make me think that some of you aren't understanding that this is just the keep. This is not the whole castle. This is just one tiny portion of the castle. This is going to be kind of the final defensive structure, but the castle itself is going to cover basically this entire dark oak forest. This is just going to be the keep. So I want to clarify that for you guys, because I think some people aren't quite understanding that. But yeah, so we've been doing we laid some of this stuff out last episode. We've got our, this horse does not want to go up the stairs. Let's just put him back in the thing over here where it belongs. And stay inside. Okay. Ooh, also... Thanks for the shulker box, X. There we go. Should probably thank him properly. So yeah. What was I talking about? I lost my train of thought. Yes, so we laid this out last episode, kind of the layout for the first floor. Dividing it up into rooms, deciding what we were going to have, you know, what this, for example, is going to be the Great Hall, and all that kind of stuff. We also put in this staircase, at least I think I did this last episode, it might have been the one before. Either way, we have the staircase in place that leads up to the ramparts up here, and we still need to sort out how this is all going to kind of work up in this area. I'm thinking... Ooh, I do. How many do you need? ikezou, I think, is doing some sort of crazy arrow thing. And I do have tons of arrows from the skeleton farm. XP got me covered. Okay. Okay, cool. So anyway, we need to figure out how we're going to lay out the upper levels of this building, and I need to fill in some of these walls and things like that as well. I'm thinking... I'm kind of thinking I should maybe do the walls first? Possibly? I don't know. It's hard to decide. When you reach a certain point in a project, sometimes it's kind of hard to decide, like, what you should do next, because there are so many things that still need to be done, and sometimes it's kind of hard to figure out, okay, well, I have to do this, that, and the other thing. Do I do this? Do I do that? Or do I do the other thing? I do know that, as we discussed, this level up here is going to be a... Oh, can I reach that? Yeah, there we go. This is going to be a doorway right here and a floor, at least above this room. That's going to be necessary because this room is going to be a holding room and we want to have murder holes, and then we need access to the outside right there. So let's see. I'm thinking what we'll probably do is have stairs that kind of come up, maybe like this? Although that would then block their ability to shoot into the holding room. So let's maybe bring that down this way. Yeah, we still have plenty of room if we do that. That'll work. And we can do that on either side because we do want these two little chunks to be symmetrical. Up, down, 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 and down. So right here, we'll have a staircase that leads up to this platform, this little balcony right here. Also, I should probably mention, one of you left a comment and reminded me of the name of this. This is called the Barbican. Not the barbecue, the Barbican. The Gatehouse is essentially kind of this little area right here, I guess, kind of. Although the Gatehouse would really, well, we'll have a better example of a proper gatehouse elsewhere in the castle. Not so much in the keep, but this little area that kind of sticks out and is a fortified entrance, and is the main fortified entrance of the keep. This would be called the Barbican. So there you go. There's your castle terminology for the day. But anyway, I'm going to get some work done here, laying some things out, and kind of getting some stuff in place, and then I'll come back to you. All right, guys, I am back, and I have done a little bit of work, to say the least. So we've got this area kind of sorted out. I've got our murder holes up here in the ceiling. I added these arches because structurally, you would not be able to have this be stone if we didn't have structural stone support. It just wouldn't work. And in reality, this still might not be enough to actually support that stone structure up there. But there are certain things certain concessions we're going to have to make when it comes to realism when we're talking Minecraft. So, yeah. Did a little bit of a floor in here. I'm not dead set on this floor pattern. I know that I want the floors on the first floor to be stone for sure. I just don't know if I want them to be this pattern or if I want to work something else out. We'll figure that out as we go. I also put up the walls here and here. Now, some of these will be divided. We'll have probably a second floor right here, about at this level, give or take. Otherwise, the ceiling is just going to be way too high for the hall. Haven't said yet what we're going to do with the Great Hall. But then if we come in here, we've got doors, another room over here, and then this leads up to this tower. And on this side, we'll have a staircase. I would like for this to be a rounded staircase, possibly. But that could be a little tricky to pull off. We'll have to play around with it and see. But let's come up to the second story here. This is our little balcony, right? This is where the gate goes, the second portcullis, and the idea would be that it can raise up like so. We'll maybe do some iron bars. Maybe some iron bars or something to represent like chains that would pull this up. And then we need a windlass that would be used to actually like raise and lower the portcullis. This other portcullis as well, I don't know how that's going to work. But then here we've got these arrow slits, the idea being that if enemies were to come in through here, right, this would be closed. So they force their way past the drawbridge, past this first portcullis, and they get trapped in this room by this portcullis. While they're dealing with this, they've got the mirror holes up here that can rain down death on them, and then there's these arrow slits that the keep guards could shoot in at them through. So that's what these basically are. That's pretty much the gist of this room. I think this room is mostly done, and this kind of gives you an idea of what the castle is going to be like, although this room is still very much lacking color because there's not really any stuff in this room, right? There's no furniture or anything like that, whereas in other rooms we'll have paintings, furniture, other stuff to add color and kind of break up the gray a bit. I mean, maybe we'll hang a banner or something in here in a couple places, but for the most part, this room is going to be relatively empty because it's basically just like a little temporary holding room, I guess would be what to say. Now, a lot of people have said, hey, you should get one of the super fantastic redstoners on the server to automate these portcullises and link them up with redstone so that they can actually... Excuse me. Wow, I don't know why I'm yawning. Sometimes the yawns, they just strike you. Anyway, I've said, get one of the master redstoners on the server to wire up these portcullises so that they actually function. I don't know if that is possible, because I'm more worried about the looks of it in this case than making them actually functional. And I don't think there's a way to keep that same look and have it be able to expand and retract. It might be possible if we were to use like gravel underneath them and push the gravel up with pistons or something. But beyond that, I think that's basically the only way it could be done. And I like having the dispensers here, or the droppers. I think these are actually droppers. But either way, I'm kind of thinking we leave it. I don't know. Maybe I'll maybe talk with some of the smart people on the server and see if they can figure out a way to make it happen while maintaining the same general look, but I don't think it's actually possible. I've also spent some time out here clearing out some more of the dark oak forest, getting rid of some of these trees. So we actually have a little bit of breathing room over here now, which is nice. That's very, very good, because we were kind of struggling before. We'd walk out and there'd be a tree like right here and right there and right here, and it was just woods everywhere. So that was not exactly ideal. I think the next step on the castle is probably to figure out what we're going to do for second stories, maybe up in here, and kind of divide that up. Now, it's going to be a little interesting with the staircase here. I don't know how we want to do that. We're going to have to sort of figure some stuff out as far as that goes. And then I need to work out this floor and get this applied to the rest of this. But I think I want to take a little break from the castle. I think we've done enough work on the keep today. I think we're in good shape there. I do want to grab my horsey. Come on, horse. Ooh, before I grab my horsey. Well, you know what? We'll just park the horsey right here. I'm only going inside for one thing. He can't run away too far in that short amount of time. Let's just grab some food and call it good. Okay, we're good. So, I want to see if I can find some ice, or ice plane spikes. Ice plane spikes would be amazing, but I have no idea where the nearest ice plane spikes biome is. I know that one exists. I know that Iskall and Ren found one. If I remember correctly, I think it was Iskall and Ren. Some of the other hermits found one. I don't remember exactly who it was, but they mentioned finding it in their videos. I think, or maybe it was Cub. I think Cub found it. Either way, whatever. It doesn't matter. But I want to look and see if I can find some ice and some potentially just regular ice. Right now, the tunnel that leads to the end portal. I'm not going to be able to cross that easily, am I? Nope. Can I cross this? We made it. Okay. Oh, hello. Right now, the portal that leads to the end is miserable. Like, it is a very long distance, and it's not very far. Now, Exuma found another end portal that is definitely closer, but it's still a bit of a trek, and you got to go through some really kind of weird places to get there. And I do have a lot of digging and things like that need to be done, so it would be great if I could find some ice so I can basically turn those pathways into boat pathways and cut the journey time very significantly. That would be awesome. If I can please, thank you. We're just gonna try and do a little bit of exploring together and see if we can find anything good. While I am doing that, let's have a little bit of a chat, my friends. Since we have done some building, I figure we can chat a little bit as well. Good stuff. So, I can just... Oh, I forget that when I'm on a horse, I don't slow down. That's so awesome. I love it. So anyway, something I have talked about in a couple of videos recently, I did recently get some new audio equipment. I did not get a new microphone. I'm still using the same microphone that I was before, but I got a new preamp processor, which is something that I actually wasn't using at all before. I was just using a regular interface with a little bit of a preamp, but it didn't have any effects on it whatsoever. And then I also got a new mixer basically, which is also technically a preamp because it provides phantom power. But anyway, so long story short, I've recently upgraded my audio equipment. Not my microphone, because I already actually have a very nice microphone, but just other stuff. And I'm still kind of trying to tweak and work with the sound settings and figure out the best sound settings and what sounds good and, more importantly, what doesn't sound good, and trying to fix it and really just kind of make my audio sound as good as I can possibly make it, because I'm recording through a microphone that is certainly capable of producing really, really high quality audio, and I was not really getting that prior to this change, and I'm still not really quite getting that. It's better than it was, but it's still not where I want it to be and where I know that my microphone is capable of being. Can we get down here without killing our horse? That would be great. I was hoping there would be some ice patches up on top of the mountains, but I guess not. So we'll keep journeying. We'll keep on keeping on, so to speak. So regarding the audio, are we gonna run right into an ocean? Really? You're gonna make me go through an ocean? I'm not taking my horse across an ocean. I don't think it's actually possible to, or maybe it is possible to put horses in boats. I seem to remember that you can, if you do some kind of weird cheaty stuff where you like ride the horse to get into the boat and then or something like that. It's some weird trick that allows you to put horses in boats, but you can't just put them in there normally because the bounding box is too big. I'm getting sidetracked. I tend to do that every now and again. Anyway, what I was going to say is that I'm still trying to work out these audio settings for myself, so I would appreciate any feedback over the next couple of episodes. In fact, basically until I say otherwise, because it's going to take me a little while to get everything tweaked just the way I want it and all that kind of stuff. So I would really appreciate any sort of continued feedback on the audio quality. And don't worry, you're not going to hurt my feelings. If it sounds terrible, please feel free to tell me that it actually sounds terrible. And as long as you tell me why, just be like, it's way too bassy, or I hear this weird background hum, or, whatever. And if you have experience in actually audio engineering, and you know what you're doing more than I do, which I assure you is anyone who's ever actually done real audio engineering, not just YouTube hobbyist audio engineering. If you have some insight, it would certainly be appreciated. I could use it. On Twitter, we could even maybe have a conversation if you really know what you're doing. But I'm trying to get this sorted out, and it seems like I tweak one little thing,
and it fixes the thing that I was trying to fix, and then it brings up some other issue that I hadn't figured out before. You know, like I turn up my compressor to fix this, but then it sounds too compressed. So then I turn it down, and then it causes this problem instead. And then it's like, it's a struggle. Like, the struggle is real sometimes when it comes to that kind of stuff. That is a big hole. Let's go this way. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on. And, you know, to be fair, I will also say, there is a little bit of trial and error involved, for sure. And it's going to be an ongoing process. If you notice discrepancies and changes between my voice, when it comes to my voice over the next couple of episodes, you know, over the next couple of weeks even, that's what it is. It's the fact that I'm tweaking and changing audio stuff for pretty much every video that I make. So that's a thing. Also, on another note, and this is kind of a cool thing. Ooh, I wonder if this village has been raided yet. I have a feeling it has. Is there a library here somewhere? There's a librarian. Hi. Come talk to me. Knock back. Not great. Yeah, definitely been raided because that was a library. I think we may have raided this village, actually, in like the first episode even. But anyway, the other thing I want to talk about is sponsored videos. And the reason I bring this up is because later today, from at about 2 hours after this Hermitcraft video comes out, there is going to be a sponsored video going up on my channel. In fact, the start of a sponsored series. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with what that means, it means that a company has contacted me, or for that matter, I have contacted a company, one way or the other. A sponsored video is basically where a company and a YouTuber make an agreement that the YouTuber will, you know, play their game or whatever, and then the company will actually pay them to do that, right? It's a sponsored thing. They actually pay for the series, and it's essentially it's usually done for marketing purposes. Is the most common thing with YouTube, especially when it comes to game developers. Game developers want their games to be recognized, right? They want people to know that their games exist, so they'll reach out to large YouTubers and say, hey, if you play our games, if we play our game, we'll give you, you know, X amount, whatever. And that's not an uncommon thing on YouTube at all. Now, sponsored series, there are certain legal disclosures that you have to make, right? Like, any YouTuber who does a sponsored series is supposed to tell you that that series is sponsored. Like, it's a legal requirement. They're supposed to tell you. That doesn't mean that all YouTubers do. I am, on the other hand, certainly planning on telling you, because I'm telling you about it now, and I will be telling you about it when the video comes out anyway. Long story short. So, I want to talk about this because I haven't really done any sponsored series in the past. I think I may have done, like, one on a Minecraft server at some point, like long ago. But other than that, I really don't think I've done much in the way of sponsored series. And the thing is, I think you have to be very careful as a YouTuber, as a content creator, about doing sponsored series, because if you do too many of them, I think you kind of come across as disingenuous. You kind of come across as only being in it for the money, right? You only play the games that they pay you to play. You don't play games because you enjoy them or anything like that. And I think that's a very dangerous thing, because then you kind of start to lose credibility with your audience, which is obviously a bad thing. As a content creator, you want your audience to trust you, because there's a relationship there that's built in many ways on trust. So what I want to say is that when it comes to sponsored series, I personally have no problem with doing sponsored series, as long as it is the right sponsored series. I will never do a sponsored series on a game that I would not otherwise play. I will never recommend a product to you or something like that if I don't genuinely believe in the value of that product. I can promise you that here and now, and that's how I have always been. That's why you have seen so few sponsored series on my channel. I get offers to do them regularly. I usually turn them down because I think the content either wouldn't be good, you wouldn't enjoy it, or it wouldn't be something that would be of value to you as a viewer. So the series that's starting in a couple hours from now is a series on a game called Creativerse. You may have heard of it. It's a game that I have actually had requests for me to play it many, many times. I've had a lot of comments over the last year or so saying, hey, Wells, you should play Creativerse. It's a lot like Minecraft. I think you'll really like it. And it's been on my radar for a very long time. I know BOO played it. I know Vintage Beef played it. And a lot of other people played it as well. So it's a game that I had always kind of intended to play. I just never really quite got around to it, if that makes sense. I always got kind of distracted and busy with other things. But Creativerse recently reached out to me and offered to sponsor a series on the game. And I was like, well, if this isn't the perfect time, then what is, because if I can do something that I would have done anyway and get a little bit of extra income from doing that, I see no reason why I shouldn't. So that's what's going on with the sponsored series. I know some of you would probably have questions about that since I haven't ever really done one before. But long story short, we're going to do a little bit of a Creativerse series. We're going to see how it goes. Creativerse has sponsored the first 5 episodes, and after that, if you guys are enjoying it and you're having fun with it, I'll continue the series for sure. I'm not limited to only doing 5 episodes if you guys like it. So we'll give it a try. I know, as I said, there have been a lot of people who ask that I play the game and who have requested that I play Creativerse, and I'm excited. I haven't played it a whole lot. I've played maybe an hour before the first recording just to kind of get a feel for the controls and stuff like that. And then I played the first episode, which was about half an hour and is mostly uncut because I wanted to do the whole kind of surviving the first night thing, although later episodes will have a bit more editing to them. But long story short, I think you guys are really going to like that series. I think if you like Minecraft, you're really going to enjoy Creativerse because there's a lot of similarities between the two games. They are not the same game. There are definitely some distinct differences as well, but there are absolutely some similarities between the two. Ooh, hello. You know what? Hold on. Can someone sleep, please? I've been waiting for someone to sleep forever, and it just hasn't happened. Actually, Jevin is in the end, and Exuma's probably AFK. And I'm the only other person online right now. So we may be... That's a creeper. Don't explode. Oh, tell me you didn't kill my horse. If you killed my horse, I'm going to be so upset with you. Anyway, yeah, that's the deal with the sponsored series. I'm actually really looking forward to it. I think the game is a lot of fun. I think it's enjoyable. I have not been given any restrictions on like what I can say or anything like that, so I promise I will be completely honest with you guys about my opinions of the game and all that kind of stuff. But I highly recommend you at least give it a try. Check it out. The first episode will be live in a couple hours, and I really do honestly believe that if you enjoy Minecraft, you will enjoy Creativerse as well, because there are a lot of similarities. Creativerse kind of plays more like a modded Minecraft, if that makes sense. It definitely feels like modded Minecraft, more so than vanilla, but I think it's really fun, I think it's enjoyable, and I think it will be a blast, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm going to get a little bit of this jungle wood, and I'm going to head it back into the nether. I want to get some jungle saplings, specifically, and then I'm going to head back home. I was hoping to find some ice, but didn't get lucky. But guys, I am out of time for this episode. So, my friends, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I do appreciate it, and it really helps out my channel. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. There are links in the video description below, so check that out as well. Make sure you check out the Creativerse series as well, live in about 2 hours. That would be much appreciated. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you next time.